You watched me build this massive, heavy combat tank using basically just the Skin Modifier. Well, today, we are going to breathe life into this war machine and animate the entire thing using absolutely 0 keyframes. Let's start with the tank tracks. Here is a single track link I made with the Skin Modifier. I added an array modifier to duplicate it 17 times along the x-axis. I also have a curve object shaped exactly like our tank tread. By adding a curve modifier to our track link, the array smoothly wraps around it. Right now, if I move the single link along the x-axis, the whole chain follows the curve. But we are too lazy to animate this by hand. Let's automate it. In the transform panel, I'll select the x location and type a simple math driver, hashframe times 0.1. Hit play, and boom, the track is rolling continuously. But wait, our tank is driving backward. Let's add a minus sign and lower the speed to minus 0.06. Perfect. I'll do the exact same thing for the other track. Now let's deal with all these gears, road wheels, and internal mechanics. For this large drive sprocket, I'll use the exact same formula, but paste it into the Y rotation field. I'll apply this to all the other cogs and wheels, just tweaking the multiplier by eye. The smaller the wheel, the faster it spins. It is absolutely mesmerizing to watch. And to everyone in the comments who said, "That's not how tank tracks work," well, look at it now. What more proof do you need? Since tanks are designed for smooth highways, we need to simulate some heavy off-road shaking. I want this entire side suspension to bounce up and down. I'll select the main fender piece, open the graph editor, and drop a single keyframe on the Z location. Now hit In, go to Modifiers, and add a noise modifier. Whoa, okay, that is way too violent. To fix this, I'll increase the noise scale to about 30, which stretches the wave and slows down the shaking. Then I'll lower the strength to 0.2 to reduce the bounce height. Look at this blue graph. This is literally the bumpy terrain our tank is driving over. I'll do the same for the other side of the suspension. Using the copy and paste buttons in the graph editor, I'll paste the exact same noise settings to the right side. Right now, both sides bounce perfectly in sync, which looks way too artificial. Here's the pro tip. Slightly change the offset value on one side. Now the left and right sides bounce with a slight delay. This cascade effect adds so much realistic weight to the machine. I'll copy this exact same noise pattern to the main tank hull, tweak the offset again, and increase the strength. Our hull is bouncing up and down, but it should also rock forward and backward. So I'll add another noise modifier to the Y rotation. I'll make sure the turret rocks along with it, and just for fun, let's add some side-to-side sway on the X rotation. Look at that heavy waddling walk. I do not envy the crew inside this thing. While we are here, let's animate these massive exhausts, or whatever they are. Does a sci-fi tank even need these? Who cares, they look cool. I'll paste the rotation noise onto them, shift the offset, and tweak the strength. Look at how the hull, the turret, and both exhausts all shake to the same rhythm, but with a slight delay. It feels incredibly organic. By the way, I used this exact same trick to animate the trumpet player in my last video, so go check that out if you haven't. Now pay attention because we are going to animate the main turret in a very special way. The turret is basically the head of the tank. I'll select the main turret base, keyframe the Z rotation, and add a noise modifier. I'll set the scale to 130 and strength to 4.3 so it slowly scans the battlefield. Standard stuff so far. But here's the secret sauce. I'm going to add a second noise modifier right on top of the first one and set the blend type to add. Look at the graph. We now have these rapid micro-jitters riding on top of the slow sweeping wave. Now the turret isn't just randomly rotating, it's hunting. It acts like a living character nervously scanning for targets. Tweak these two layers until you get the exact personality you want. Let's bring the main cannon to life. I'll use that same double noise trick on its Y rotation so it aims up and down while shaking. For the secondary machine guns, a single layer of noise is enough. Same goes for the rocket launchers and these front-mounted cannons. And for dessert, let's animate these multi-barrel Gatling guns. I want them to spin, but not constantly. They need to fire, stop, and fire again. I'll select the main axis of the gun, go to the Y rotation, and type this magic spell: hash frame times 0.05 plus sine of frame times 0.05. Hit play, and watch. The barrel smoothly spins up, slows down to a halt, waits a second, and spins up again. An infinite loop of destruction. I'll copy this exact formula to the Gatling gun on the other side. Add a little noise to the rotation so they track targets, and it looks absolutely terrifying. Everything is moving, spinning, and tracking, but our tank is still parked. I'll create a master sphere empty and parent all the main tank parts to it. I'll copy the math driver from our tracks, #frame *0.06, and paste it directly into the X location of our master empty. Hit play, and look at it go. Seeing it actually roll forward makes it look 10 times more impressive. Nothing is going to stop this war machine now. It's officially on patrol. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what we should model and procedurally animate next. See you in the next one.